EMT and similar jobs.
I'm John Surman, and I'm here at Spencerport Volunteer Ambulance to talk to you about emergency medical technicians, their role in the community, and how they help others.
Hi, I'm John Surman, and I'm here to interview you about your job.
I'm Lisa Koya. I work with the Spencerport Ambulance.
Can you tell me the nature of your job?
The nature of my job is to provide emergency medical services to the Spencerport community. It actually includes the town of Ogden, town of Parma, parts of Parma, and the village of Spencerport. And then we also provide emergency medical services to surrounding districts. If, say, they're out of ambulances because they're really busy, we would go to other districts to cover for them.
Okay. And how are you certified?
I'm certified as a EMT intermediate. What you have to do is you have to become an EMT basic for at least a year. And after you went to school to become an EMT basic, then you have to go to school again to become an intermediate. And the only real difference between a intermediate and a basic is that I can start IVs and I can intubate patients. So
why did you choose this job? Okay.
I chose this job. This is my part-time job, and I chose it, one, because I really like doing it. I like being able to help people that are sick or have, problems that need assistance and care, but also because my full-time job, I'm a firefighter, and I'm doing it to kind of enhance my skills for my full-time job, because we also do EMS at my full-time job.
So what types of patients do you transport to the hospital?
We transport anything. We will transport anybody that wants to go to the hospital, pretty much. We have anything from psychiatric problems, people that just have general illnesses like the flu, especially with older patients. They can't fight off the flu as easily as some younger people can, so they oftentimes need to go to the hospital for that. To anything from a trauma, car accidents, people that have fallen. I've had people fall off roofs of houses, any type of injury. So we have a very wide array of different calls we would go on. Pretty much anything somebody wants to go to the hospital.
So what is the worst situation you've ever been through that you had to deal with?
Probably the worst, emotionally anyway, that I've been through was it's kids. You have a lot of trouble with kids. I had 1 week back, it was August of, I think, 2003, 2004. It was a week where between working at the fire department and being in Spencerport, I had two 13-year-olds that were killed. Actually, one's in a vegetative state, the other one ended up dying. So that was a tough week because there was 2 of them in 1 week. And I would say it's most difficult when it's a kid, that you can't save. Everyone's heard of lacrosse. The kid with the lacrosse team, I was working for that. That wasn't easy. But, you learn to do your job and cope, and you look at the positives, all the good calls you've had to try to overcome the bad calls.
What is your favorite aspect of the job?
When it's not a negative, when it's actually something good happens where you actually can save somebody or, make them feel better. That's probably the best part of the job, is when you can actually make a difference in somebody's life, whether it be, completely saving them or just making them feel better.
How do emergency medical technicians get along with one another?
Most of the time, we get along really well. Obviously, there's going to be some people that just their personalities clash, but everyone gets the job done. It's kind of like a family. We're sitting in here in the ambulance base together for however many hours, and when we're here at night, there's bedrooms we sleep in, so it's kind of like you're living with your family member. And I'm sure, as you may know, family members don't always get along all the time. But for the most part, everybody gets along, and everybody, can work together. That's really the key, is everybody can work together, no matter what their personality differences are. When it comes down to doing the job, everybody gets the job done. Everybody does what they need to do. So, I would say that people get along fairly well. And if there are any personality clashes, it's
would you recommend this job to others that were interested in helping people in the medical profession?
I would very much recommend it. You just have to keep in mind that you're going to see things that you may not want to see. You're going to smell things you may not want to smell. And you're going to have to realize that you're not going to be able to help everyone. You're not going to be able to save the world. There's some things that are going to be out of your control, and sometimes it's tough dealing with that and being able to come to terms with that. You need to make sure you keep in shape, because we can't pick the size or the weight of our patients, and you have to lift. And sometimes just you and one other person, and if you get a 300-pound person, you're going to have to lift that 300-pound person on the stretcher. So you do have to stay somewhat in shape, and you know, really you got to love the job. This is not a job you can do if you don't love it, because you won't last. So if you're going to make it as a career, I would recommend trying it out first. Join the Explorer Post or start as a volunteer first, so you can see if you really, really like it before you make it your total career choice.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
And I appreciate answering all my questions.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thanks.
When the siren goes off, the emergency medical technicians and volunteer firemen of Spenceport rush to the scene of an accident and make sure no one is injured. Many people are hurt in automobile accidents and are not in very good condition when they're being transported to the hospital. Spenceport Volunteer Ambulance works its hardest to make sure that they are kept alive and well on their way to the hospital. Related fields, I have sat on an interview and filmed a local resident talking to a volunteer fireman from Syracuse, New York.
For years, men and women have gathered in the halls directly behind me, not for a paycheck though, to help fight fires as a volunteer. They are average day people, but they are also heroes. They do things that normal people will not do for others. Become a firefighter.
I wanted to make a difference in the community, definitely wanted to participate, learn life-saving skills, and the sense of value is tremendous, it's overwhelming. By far one of the best choices I ever made in my life.
Since the dawn of time, it has been in human nature to be selfless, to be willing to sacrifice your life to help or to save another. Not only are there heroes on the battlefield, but there are heroes at home, every day among us. Every child has always had a dream to be a hero. Now you can pursue that dream. Be a volunteer, and you will be a hero.